Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are back to talk about Tafkeem and Tarqeeq. And to review, we said Tafkeem is khussa ضغط القلب, Tarqeeq is all the rest. However, there are four exceptions. The four exceptions are Ghunna, where you pay attention to the letter after it to determine what the Ghunna sounds like. Alif Mad, where you pay attention to the letter before it to determine what the Alif Mad sounds like. And the Lam in Allah, where if you have a Fatha or a Dhamma before, it's Tafkeem, or a Kasra before, it's Tarqeeq. Then we said the last category was the letter Ra. And it is a category all on its own. Interesting. It's going to have a lot of rules, so these are just something you're going to need to memorize. Now, for Ra, Tafkeem, here are the rules. If it is a Ra with a Fatha, Ra with a Dhamma, a Fatha preceding a Ra with a Sukoon, a Dhamma preceding a Ra with a Sukoon, a Fatha, I'll do it in this line, Fatha preceding a Sukoon and then a Ra with a Sukoon, a Dhamma preceding a Sukoon and then a Ra with a Sukoon, a Hamzatul Wasl, like we said in the word Allah, with a Ra with a Sukoon, or a Kasra with a Ra with a Sukoon, with an Isti'la letter that does not have a Kasra. Okay, so if you have a Kasra with a Ra Sukoon and then followed by an Isti'la letter that does not have a Kasra. So, let me give you some examples of these. For example, these are pretty easy. The Ra, Ru, Ar, or this would be like Wal Asr. See? Wa would be right there. Wal Asr. Oops, actually, there we go. Asr. So this sign is this right there. Asr. See? So this is an example of Tafkeem. Wal Asr. Example of this one would be Khusr. See? Kha would go there. Khusr. So that would be an example of that one. Something like this is basically, this is like liman irtada, so this word, let's look at an example. Li ma, oops, liman irtada. Okay, so here you're looking at the Hamzatul Wasl, right? Liman irtada. Now because it has this, it's going to be Tafkeem, even though there's a Kasra before, right? So it's just going to be Liman irtada. And this one, where we're looking at a Isti'la letter that does not have a Kasra. For example, let's see, we have Qirtas or Mirsad. So, Qirtas. or mir, صاد, مرصاد, قرطاس. Okay, so both of these have a kasra before the ra sukun, but they're followed by isti'la letters that have fatha. So therefore, these are the categories. The categories again for tafkeem ra are ra fatha, ra dhamma, fatha preceding a sukun ra, dhamma preceding a sukun ra, fatha preceding before a sukun and a sukun ra, dhamma preceding before a sukun and a sukun ra, and then we have hamzatul wasl right before ra sukun and kasra before ra sukun, followed by an isti'la letter that does not have a kasra. Long list, needs a lot of practice, but there you have it. These are the rules. When you recite, you'll see that they come very naturally. It's the rules apply. It's actually studying the rules for me that I find more difficult, because the more you actually listen to reciters, the easier it is to pronounce it the right way, but then to actually dissect it and understand why you're reciting certain things a certain way and be able to explain it to others, that's where the science comes in. So now we did ra tafkeem, now we're going to do ra tarqeeq. These are the instances in which the ra is going to be thin, and we can't just say all the rest because there's a third category. Sorry, I know the ra's are pretty cruel that way. So ra tarqeeq is where you pronounce it almost like ray, like a ray of sunshine. Okay. Actually, no. If you pronounce anything ray, I was looking at my notes wrong there. Ray is where you are using imala. So it's either ra, or ar, right? It's never going to be ray. You're never going to say the word ray. That's an English word, except in one word, Bismillah al-majreha wa mursaha. In that word, we're actually using imala. Imala is where you're opening your mouth. Majreha, ray. You're never going to actually use imala in Arabic letters, except for this one instance where Hafs pronounced majreha instead of majriha, right? So in this instance, you're going to use ray. However, now we're on to ra tarqeeq. So no need to worry about imala or that one exception where you use imala in majriha. Alright, tarqeeq has 4 categories. For example, in the word riqab, riqab will be a tarqeeq. Riqab. So it's ra kasra. Or if you say Fir'aun, Fir'aun. So you're looking at Fir'aun, kasra followed by a sukun. Or for example in the word hijr, hijr, where it's kasra with a sukun, with a sukun ra. So hijr would fall under that category. Or the 4th example would be if you have a mad lean like khair or qadir. So mad or lean. So you could do mad or lean in this situation. So that would be like khair, khair is lean, right? And qadir is mad. And both of those would be considered tarqeeq. So really it's 4. The 5th one is split up into 2 categories.